Hey guys, Swept Wings here, and today we're taking a break from the aviation content to look at this Coast Guard cutter. For some reason we got access to the whole thing today, so we're going to take a look around. You see, the Morris here is a Coast Guard cutter, meaning that she can do interdiction roles as well as rescue if needed. She was built in 1927 and now is a museum ship here in Galveston, Texas, and it looks pretty cool, so we'll go around and try and see if we can't show you the quirks and features. I was also told that there might be someone here that can help show us around that knows a lot about it. So we'll see if we can't make some more friends today. Oh, wow. Check this place out. Man, as soon as I walk in, it's real interesting. There's beautiful wood, but I also see below us, there's some rooms down here. This first room I'm in is called the wardroom. This is where officers could gather and eat meals. It's right below where we came in, and this is at the back of the ship. You guys are sitting in the normal mess where enlisted men would eat. Jones Aviation and I here are sitting in the mess. This is where the enlisted men would eat, and you can see it's a larger space, but it still has pretty nice tables. And again, we're at the back of the boat. You can see this could also be a pretty cool place to hang out. They do have a TV right here, and of course they have God's greatest movie ever, Top Gun. That's important. Wrapping around this mess, you can of course see the galley. And this is the galley. Of course, you can see stovetops right here. It has a vent fan. It's got a big sink over here. They even have a microwave and a Keurig. That's pretty sweet. We'll go ahead and go up these stairs here. And we're right back where we entered, but this time we can go forward in the ship. So as we walk in this space, I see a washer and dryer. That's crazy. They even have laundry on this place. And it looks like right here might be the engine room. That's exactly what I wanted. And I made it down to the engine room and I actually found someone here who actually works on the Morris. What's your name?
I'm Ryan.
Ryan, nice to meet you. Can you
Nice
tell
to
me
meet
a
you,
little
man.
bit about this room?
So in this room is the engine room on board the Cutter Morris. As you can see, you have two big inline-6 diesel engines, and if you're familiar with the Cummins 6 BTA, this is basically a larger version of that. So on board the ship, you have two drive engines that are air-operated from the bridge, and you also have two main generators to keep the ship running at all times, as well as a freshwater plant, air compressor, and a few other miscellaneous auxiliaries in the engine room.
So these are the engines. Those are generators out there?
That's correct.
Let's go look at those.
Let's go take a
I wanna
look.
see those. So you're saying that this is the generator right here?
Yep, this is one of two John Deere 6-cylinder generators on board the Morris.
Okay.
And these are responsible for keeping the lights on throughout the ship during normal operation. As you can see right now, we're tied up to the dock, so we have shore power.
Awesome. So when you say shore power, we're basically just plugged in like you'd plug in a charger?
Plug and play.
Fantastic. Really cool. Anything else in here that we should really show people that's really interesting?
The neatest thing is you can actually use this water maker to create fresh water out of ocean water, as well as store your fresh water in tanks up forward. So it's kind of neat that you can actually make fresh water on board the ship.
That's pretty cool. All right, now we're back up and we'll be walking through this room. I see a room right here that says crew ahead. That's generally what they call bathrooms on boats.
Oh, whoa,
Oh,
hey.
whoa. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm watching Swept Wing shorts on YouTube.
Oh, I'll allow that.
Excuse me now.
Okay. All right, aside from that room, I do see another head over here. And then I did see that behind us, there's actually a really large head in here. This one has several urinals, and of course it has a shower. And I do see that it has portals out to the outside. And going forward, I'm told that this is where the living spaces are. So this is where people actually lived in their day-to-day life on board the Morris. We have this beautiful red illumination down here. And it looks like in here we have a large stateroom with gentlemen relaxing. The captain's cabin. It looks like we have another stateroom in here. And I would wager to guess that that means there are other staterooms up here. What do you know? Let's turn on some lights. There we go. So this is where the officers slept. And each stateroom has a sink, and of course they have a mirror. You can see us right here. All right, and going to the other side, I'm told that this is where the enlisted men stayed. So there's a lot more bunks here. Still has that red illumination to preserve people's night vision. And you could fit a lot more people in there, but they don't have as many amenities. But it still seems like there's plenty of places to get a good night's sleep. Moving back here, You can see some of these bunks. Right now it looks like they just have storage. It looks like they have some spare parts and stuff in here. And I do see that there's ventilation up here so you can at least be cool. But these are what the mattresses look like. They're basically a college dorm, if anything. All right, we're going to go ahead and go up to the bridge. That's actually accessed from outside. You can't access the bridge from the inside, so we have to climb up this ladder right here. And we'll go inside and see if we can't get a tour of this place. All right, I saw that there's also another way to enter the bridge from back here. So we're going to go ahead and enter through this door. And I see Ryan, the guy that was showing us around earlier, should be in here. And there's Ryan again. Ryan,
Welcome.
can you give us a quick tour of this place?
Yeah, so right here on the bridge, as you can see, we have multiple radar units. We have one S-band and one X-band on board the ship for different weather conditions. Also, this was retrofitted with a 1MC or general announcing unit. And also up here, you have marine comms and steering control. So if you want to take a look, let's go look at our marine controls up here. So ever so slightly different than it was when she was originally built, but you have air-controlled engine order telegraph for your port and your starboard engines. You have magnetic compass with steel balls for correction and deviation. And you got your whistle, and this is even equipped with a bow thruster to help you maneuvering in tight spaces like on the dock. And obviously, the ship's wheel. Control 3 rudders mounted on the back of the Morris.
Beautiful. So how do these bow thrusters work?
So a bow thruster is basically a propeller mounted sideways that moves water left or right and helps you steer the front of the ship either way.
All right, Ryan, can you tell us a little bit about the history of this place?
So a brief history on this cutter was she was originally built in 1927 and served the Coast Guard, the Navy, and the Sea Scouts until finally being decommissioned in 1971 and becoming a museum ship that you see today.
So what do we got up here?
So if you take a peek around, you can see these hook-like structures right here are called small boat davits, and these are designed to lower and offload small boats on and off the ship. So anytime you want to do an interception, you would put your crew on board the ship, send them over the side, and then they can go run out and meet the other ships out in the bay. And then when you want to reclaim them, you come right up to the side of the ship, hoist them up onto the main deck, and you can also move cargo on and off the ship. So this is the area where you could store small boats alongside the davits and also do towing. As you can see, the big Texas T on the back. So this vessel was equipped with a towing platform back there, so it's pretty neat.
Fantastic.
And one more cool feature that most ships don't have nowadays is that this cutter could actually accept a sail on the mast. So in case your engines got blown out way back in the day, you could accept a sail and you could put a tiller right down here through this post. And as you can see right here, you could manually move the rudder left and right using block and tackle. So that's pretty neat as a last resort.
And can we go up and look at the mast while we're at it?
Let's take a look. Did you go up to the fly bridge already?
Nope.
Ah.
So tell me about the mast.
So this mast is the original mast that can withstand a tremendous amount of force, obviously if you're under sail, but today they serve a totally different purpose, housing your running lights, radar, and different arrays. As you can see, there's 2 big steel shrouds holding the mast up on each side. And right here you have halyards that you can raise signal flags so you can identify yourself or you can communicate with other ships via a signal flag. And also on the bridge you have a searchlight located right behind you, and this is pretty much the best lookout on board the ship as you're the highest up on the highest platform.
It really looks like that. So now we're at the front of the boat, and I see this ring right here. What is this ring for?
So originally this vessel, when she served the United States Navy, was outfitted with a few extra little features. And this ring right here is the base of a Navy 3-inch 50 caliber cannon. And basically the 3-inch refers to the diameter of the bullet itself. So it's a fairly large gun, manually loaded, manually trained and elevated, but still pretty hard to hit and hard hitting. So
there would have been a gun approximately right here. I see it's not welded down yet, but do you guys have the gun for this?
that is correct. We actually do have the original 3-inch 50 caliber gun that we are going to reinstall on board the ship, as well as a few other things that the ship had back in the day, such as roller racks for depth charges.
Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, I can see that this would have been relatively large. And what's all this up here?
So a little bit about this. This is another place that you can tow with the vessel, and this is what's called a capstan and wildcat combination. So a wildcat actually moves the anchor chain up and down via a windlass, and then the capstan over here is used to move heavy ropes around, or anytime you have mooring lines, you can wrap it around there, and it's basically just an aid. Hercules, if you will.
Very interesting. Well, that's just about all the questions have. Ryan, I thank you so much for showing us
Thank
around.
you so much for your time.
And everybody, thanks for watching. This cat over here is going to have his own YouTube channel at some point, so look out for that.
Deep draft.
Real quick, guys, by the way, I've been putting a lot more time into these videos because you guys seem to like this format a little bit better. So if you really like that, just let me know down below. I always like the recommendations, and it's really helping me update how I do my videos. So these long-form things, I hope that they can stick around and we'll just have more stuff to film. So thank you guys for hanging out. Subscribe and like if you can, and I appreciate it.